I just ate 2 hot dogs with mustard and ketchup on them, so I guess you could say I'm fueled up and ready to go. I've decided to come back to the butthole of the internet. We're gonna be looking at some smexual things in the confessions subreddit. Not all of them are of the schmexual nature. A few of them are. I accidentally got engaged and married. I'd been dating my girlfriend for about 4 years, and I took her out for dinner on Valentine's Day one year. I had purchased a nice piece of jewelry that I wanted to give her to show how thoughtful I was. It was a ring from an antique store that cost $500. It was a big spend for Valentine's, but I thought it would be a great effort. We sat down to dinner, and I handed her the little gift bag with the ring in it and handed it to her without saying anything. She opened it and exclaimed, "Oh my God, yes!" Before I knew what was happening, the waiter was bringing us complimentary champagne and the whole restaurant was applauding. She called her mother from the table and apparently I was engaged. I didn't say anything because I was a bit shell-shocked and still couldn't wrap my head around what had just happened. You just said nothing and she starts calling her mom. She's just like, "Mom, I'm engaged." And the waiter's coming in with the champagne. Everybody else in the restaurant is applauding. "Go, buddy, you're engaged now." Guy's like, I guess I am engaged now. After a couple weeks, I figured I would just roll with it, and we got married several months later. For 15 years, my wife would complain to her friends how I didn't say a word when I proposed, and I would always joke that no words can capture the depth of love that I have for you, and that my silence was the most poetic proposal of all time. I planned on taking this secret to my grave because I thought it would break her heart. In a moment of honesty a few months ago, I decided to let her in on what happened. She was a bit miffed, and I think she's still a bit hurt, but I think it's such a great story and it all worked out so perfectly anyways. We've been married for 15 plus years, and it was the best mistake I ever made. Looking back, it was definitely an engagement ring that I had purchased. Even though I would never have given such a small diamond during a proposal, I did upgrade that small diamond to something more appropriate for a modern engagement after only a few months of being engaged. Absolutely incredible. What a happy accident. They've been married for 15 years off of a mistake. The most poetic proposal of all time. That is incredible. Honestly, congratulations. I applaud you as well. Congratulations, sir. I lied to a blind neighbor and told him I moved away. Many years ago, I was excuse me, the hot dogs are coming back. Many years ago, I was standing on one of my balconies when a taxi driver was obnoxiously blowing his horn out front and yelling for a blind man to walk toward my voice from his own townhouse. That direction was toward traffic. My roommate and I went down and helped him to the taxi and scolded the driver for being so rude. I made the mistake of giving the blind neighbor my phone number so that I could give him a ride in the future. Oh no. Oh no. Then the phone calls came. Yeah, we saw that coming and never stopped. And when I gave him a ride, he would ask for various detours. We'd be driving along and he'd throw in 2 to 3 extra places on each ride, and it came to be every day that he wanted rides. Oh my lord, no. This is a nightmare. And he'd even call me to remind me to give him a ride. Not that was ever late or backed out. I think not that I was ever late or backed out. Finally, I had enough, so I gauged how blind he was. Tell me how many fingers I'm holding up, Steve. His response was that he was blind as a bat. A week or 2 after he said that, I told him I had a job interview in the next city. A week after that, I told him I got the job and was moving away in a month. After I moved away, it was strange as hell walking by him as silence as he stood on the sidewalk. Trust me, he knows you're still around. Absolutely. This guy 100% knows. You know how they say when you lose a sense, all of your other senses become heightened? This dude knows how you smell. He's on the sidewalk just going, oh, she's still there. I don't know why I'm assuming this is a girl. And that makes it way creepier. Let's assume this is a dude and not a guy. Why aren't you giving me any rides? Oh my God. The fact that you had to pretend to move away just so he would leave you alone is so funny. My best friend and I are friends with benefits. We got a smexual sexual one. Okay, I've never told anyone this before, but my best friend and I, both male 17, are friends with benefits. We're both straight. Wait a minute. That's not how that works. We gotta reset. We're both straight, but we both get really horny when we're high. It started about 3 months ago. We were super high in his room and we started talking about being horny. It ended up in us touching each other through our clothes. We don't have a full-on, but we do hand jobs, frottage, and once BJ's. What the fuck is frottage? It sounds like a cheese. I'm not gonna Google it, but you can let me know in the comments what a frottage is, because I've never heard that word before, ever. I know what you're thinking. I'm gay as hell. I mean, he said it. But I don't know, man. I'm just not attracted to him like that. Shit's not weird at all after either. So I can tell he feels the same. I know our friends and family would kill us if they found out, even though we aren't gay or dating. So we're always lock the door and never mention it after. Reading this again, this sounds so stupid to confess. I just wanted to get off my chest. I'm always tweaking when I have to keep a secret. Not gonna lie, that's pretty gay, bro. I mean, if you guys are gay, you guys are gay. Like, you don't have to lie to each other. I feel like this is pretty gay. You're probably a little gay, even if you're not into him specifically in any deep way. See, that's what I think this guy might be a little gay. He found out he's a little gay with his homie, okay? Everybody has been maybe a little bit gay with their homies at some point, and this guy just decided he actually likes it. My dad blames my brother for the car crash, but it was me. Ooh. I've got to confess something that's been eating away at me for a while now. When I was 18, I crashed my dad's car, but here's the kicker. To this day, my dad thinks it was my brother. Let me set the scene for you. It was late at night and I was out with some friends cruising around town in my dad's car. I made a stupid mistake, took a turn too fast, ended up crashing into a lamppost. Classic teenager move, right? All I'm gonna say is when I was a teenager, I never crashed my vehicle. I've actually only been in one car accident. The car accident that I was in, that one fucking sucked because it was on Christmas Eve. I was with my girlfriend who became my now wife. And the guy who was in the tow truck driver, stole all of the shit out of my glove box, including the Christmas presents I had. That was a fuck. And then after that, 2 weeks later, I had a new car and my car keys and wallet and phone and everything got stolen because I went to the water park for a Christmas party with my girlfriend. And that was the worst month of my life. Anyway, we got very distracted. Let's get back to this. But instead of owning up to it, I panicked and ran. I left the scene hoping nobody would find out it was me. And you know what? They didn't. Instead, my dad found the wrecked car the next morning and immediately assumed it was my brother's doing. No way. Now, my brother isn't exactly known for his stellar driving skills, so it wasn't much of a stretch for my dad to believe it was him. But deep down, I knew the truth and the guilt has been eating away at me ever since. It's been 2 years and my dad still blames my brother for the crash. Every time he brings it up, I can't help but feel like a total fraud. My brother doesn't deserve to take the fall for my mistake, but I've been too much of a coward to come clean. So why am I telling you all this? Because I can't keep living with this lie weighing me down. My brother doesn't deserve to be blamed for something he didn't do, and my dad deserves to know the truth, even if it means facing the consequences of my actions. To my dad, if you ever read this, which I doubt, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for lying to you and letting you believe that my brother was responsible for the crash, and to my brother, I'm sorry for letting you take the fall of my mistake. You deserve better. Okay, but like, how, when this gets brought up, does your brother not just be like, it wasn't fucking me? Like, if this happened, if somebody was blaming me for crashing a car for 2 years, I would be like, it wasn't me, bro. It couldn't have been me. I would be pulling up alibis. I'd be doing phone trackers to show that I was nowhere near the damn thing. You should tell your brother and come up with like, somebody stole the car and crashed it a block away. So like literally something, or just come up with something. I don't know how this could go on for 2 years. That's insane that they have no idea. I passed out at a party and got peed on. I was aware of it happening. I went to an off-campus party recently and ended up throwing up and needed to change my shirt. I wanted to go and shower first, and I did. The hot water felt great, and I just sort of sat down with my back against the tub and enjoyed it. I was feeling out of it, so I shut off the water and then I guess passed out. People were coming in and out to pee. I could hear them as I sort of flitted in and out of being awake. At some point, a guy decided to pee on me in the shower. Oh my God, bro. People fucking suck. I fucking hate people. I was mortified and pretended to be out of it. I was also cramped up and could not really move fast anyway. I heard a girl say, "Stop, ew, that's so gross," in the kind of voice where you can tell she's not that serious. Why are there so many people in this bathroom together? Stop peeing on him. That's so gross. Stop it. Stop peeing on him. Then another guy did it too and really blasted me with pee. Oh, bro, you have to wake up. You have to. You can't just sit there and get pissed on and not do anything about it. What? I moved at that point because I couldn't help it and they all bolted out of there. Oh, thank God. Okay. I showered again, changed clothes, and the party was going on as it was earlier. Okay, wait. You showered and went back to the party? Hey, guys, this party is pretty sick, hey? Yeah, no, I wasn't the guy that was just getting pissed on in the shower. No, that was somebody else. He was wearing different clothes. I've got different clothes on. I stole $40 from my mom to buy a can of Pringles. Back in grade school, when I was about 10, I stole $40 from my mother's purse to use whenever I wanted to buy something. Once I got to school that day though, I saw one of the other kids had a can of dill pickle Pringles, which are still my absolute favorite to this day. So my stupid 10-year-old self gave him all $40 for that single and enjoyed every single of those delicious fuckers. When I came to school the next day, the same kid I bought the Pringles from gave me back the $40 while crying because apparently his mom screamed at him to give it back, and now he couldn't buy candy with it because his mom wouldn't let him keep it. Oh no, this kid thought he punked you and his mom made him give it back so he didn't have Pringles or money. I held on to that money for a couple days until my mom started looking around and asking if I'd seen it laying around since it wasn't in her purse. So once I realized how I'd get my ass beat if she found out, I hid it under the couch and found it about 30 minutes later. I never got caught, but still look back on it and laugh that I essentially got Pringles for free from the whole ordeal. That's like kind of wholesome. It really sucks for the other kid, but it's really a wholesome story for you. I smelled my own piss last night and it made me feel horny. People on Reddit are freaks. I've always been kinky, and to be honest, in the past few years, I've really invested into it. I found out about all kinds of fetishes I have, including a piss fetish. I'd usually enjoy having fordone from a female though. Last night after going toilet, it's like Yoda, going toilet I am. Kinky fetishes I have, to toilet I will go. Piss or piss not. I sound like Marge Simpson, I don't sound like Yoda. I jumped into bed and could still smell the piss, and surprisingly, that actually made me feel horny. I did my fucking like Yoda Marge Simpson impression and forgot that I was reading about somebody who's horny for their own piss. Not really sure where to put this, to be honest. It's not like it's something that I didn't know about, but still, I was just surprised about it, so I thought I'd share it. Maybe don't. Maybe next time don't. You'd like R. Kelly. I just don't want to read that one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we learned a lot about some strangers on the internet, and I didn't love it. It was entertaining, but man, getting horny for your own piss. Oh my God, the hot dogs, they're coming back. I think I'm horny for hot dog breath.